Everything is everything. So I've been doing this show almost 4.5 years. I can't even tell you in all seriousness how many times we've had to cover a mass shooting. So a man, a 64-year-old man, was on the 32nd floor of a hotel room and shot down into a crowded concert, a concert full of 40,000 people, and people feigned shock and dismay and sadness. That man allegedly had several assault rifles. Those rifles did exactly what they were designed to do, and they were designed to kill a lot of people really quickly. That is their only purpose. When you buy those guns, you eventually want to kill a lot of people real fast. You don't buy something for a use it isn't intended for. I don't buy a machete because I like to knit. Those guns do exactly what they're supposed to do. And let's be clear, mass shootings in America are not tragedies to gun lobbies. Mass shootings in America are sales brochures. Invariably a phenomenon, every time there's a mass shooting, there is a spike in gun sales. It always happens. And stop telling me, if I'd had a gun or if a good guy with a gun would have been there. Nevada has some of the most lax gun laws in the country, open carry laws, and yet 60 people, almost 60 people were killed and 500 people were injured. One guy did all of that. And it wasn't a good guy with a gun that stopped the bad guy with a gun. It was the bad guy himself because allegedly he committed suicide. And we have our politicians that do the same thing. We're praying for you. Our sympathies are with you. Our hearts are with you. Let me ask you something. What exactly are we praying for? Are we praying that their grief will be assuaged? Are we praying that these things don't happen again? What are we praying for? Because it seems to me we have the wherewithal and the capacity to do something about it. It is harder in America to buy 2 packs of Sudafed than 10 assault rifles. In America, if you buy cold medicine in excess, they believe you are doing it for some kind of nefarious purposes, and you're going to show them why. Matter of fact, in a lot of places, you can't do it because the assumption is you are going to do something illicit with them. If you buy 10 assault rifles, I want to know why. And the other thing, why the hell is a weapon capable of that much damage? One man, almost 600 people killed or injured. How is one man, why would we feel comfortable giving one man that kind of power on the American streets? Why would we feel comfortable about it? This is, and what do you need to stockpile those kind of weapons for? And then don't be shocked when they do what they're supposed to do. In Orlando, that man had a weapon that he could legally purchase. It did what it's supposed to do. Killed a lot of people, 49. A lot of people. Earlier this year, that man took one of those assault rifles and shot one of our elected representatives. It did what it was supposed to do. This man today, last night, took an assault weapon and shot or injured almost 600 people, one guy. So it doesn't matter the location, the geography we're talking about, whether it's a school in Sandy Hook, whether it's a nightclub in Orlando, whether it's a church in Charleston, whether it is a concert in Vegas. We do not care, because if we did, we would do something about it. These weapons do not belong on our streets. They don't at all. And if you make excuses, then you are just as bad as the people who perpetrate the crimes. It is beyond comprehensible. It is monstrous that a man would sit up from on high and gun down people indiscriminately that he doesn't even know. Hundreds of them. What kind of monster would do something like that? What kind of less than human thing would do something like that? But it says more about the people of a country who allow a man like that to have weapons like that. It says more about us than about him. We are no longer witnesses. We are no longer victims. We are no longer prayerful people. We allow these weapons on our streets, and we do it willingly, and we call it our right. We have ceased to be just prayerful groups. We've ceased to be just victims or people. We now, America, are accomplices. All right, that's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.